Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Hangout where we hang out, get together, inspire, motivate each other every single Tuesday night at 8:30 Eastern Time. I am super, super, super excited about our guest speaker tonight. She is before I tell everybody what her name is, she's a superstar director, and I had the opportunity to do a little bit of creeping, check out her website, and see her resume. It's mind-blowing. She is unreal. I am so excited because she's going to teach us so much. Check out her resume, and this is like the top of the iceberg, I'm sure. So she's always loved Scentsy, and she ended up losing her job in 2010, which pushed her to join this whole Scentsy awesome thing. It's more than a thing, but so after a year, her team was at 197, and they hit $100,000 in sales. What? Mind-blowing. It gets crazier. After a year and a half, they hit $1 million in sales. Like, what? 23 months in, she becomes a superstar director within 2 years. Guys, I think Josh told us it takes like 7 to 8 years to become a, no, more than that. I'm hearing a nod. Start 5 to 7? Okay, so 5 to 7 years to become a superstar director. She did this within 2 years. In 2013, she has 10 directors and 1 star director. That's crazy. So within 2 years she did that. She probably earned more of this, but because she needs to update her website, which we've talked about. But on her website in 2013, she had earned annual mentor 3 times in a row and annual sales 2 times in a row. So she can tell us how much more she won, because I'm sure there's way more, because this girl is a shining star. Yeah, that's right. She won the Shining Star Award, which is the biggest, one of the biggest award that Scentsy has. So we are so lucky to have her on our call to help us talk about recruiting. Obviously, she's a recruiting rock star. She's like a crazy, amazing leader, because her team is a recruiting rock star. 10 directors? What? How did you do that? So please, everybody, please, 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 help me welcome Christina Osburn. Yay! Christina.
Hello, everyone.
Thank you so much for being with us. I am so excited to hear everything about you. Just to let everyone know, I'm in a hotel room in Toronto, which I love this whole Scentsy thing, because it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can do your business from wherever you are. So if you end up seeing my face, it's just because the Wi-Fi is in and out, but the call is still running, so we're still all good. If anybody has any questions, please ask on the YouTube video that you have the link. So on the YouTube video, and I'll be making sure that I get the questions answered by our amazing Christina Osburn. So Christina, you have the floor.
Well, thank you for having me. It's an honor to be able to share my story with you and your team and your leaders. You kind of talked a little bit about my story. Yeah, I lost my job. I'm an executive assistant for a security firm, and it was November 8th, if I'm not mistaken. And I had fell in love with Scentsy, loved candles, had them everywhere in my house. The kitchen, the bathrooms. If there was a spot for a candle, I had one in it. The fireplace, the mantle, everywhere. So I had bought one from a friend who launched with Scentsy, and I wanted to help her business. But as soon as I got it home, my sister saw it. She came over and she literally stole it. Took the warmer with the wax inside of it and said, "This is going to my house. You can order more wherever you got it from." And I thought, oh my gosh. So I was invited to a Scentsy party, and it was actually from a coworker of mine, and I thought it was an expensive candle, and I declined. It was an event on Facebook, and she was literally just maybe one light away, and I really, really wish I had gone. But I didn't. So fast forward about 4 months later, a friend of mine had a mommy meetup, and we had all the kids together, and we did this quite often. She had had a Scentsy party about a week before, and I declined that one too. But I knew I was going to her house for the mommy meetup, and I wanted to do that more than that Scentsy party. Granted, she's an hour away, so I needed to save my gas. So I went to the mommy meetup, and she has 3 girls now, but she had 2 at the time. And you know everyone's nosy. I was nosy because what happened was she had those party testers in her kitchen from the leftover party that wasn't closed out yet. So I went and opened up my big mouth, and I said, "Oh, are those your daughter's little lipsticks? They're so colorful." And she goes, "Oh, no, those are the Scentsy testers for the wax. You want to smell them and look at the catalog?" And I was like, yeah, sure. So at that point, I knew I'd stuck my foot in my mouth. I was kind of obligated to buy some more. I did like it. And so we sat down. I looked at the catalog. Of course, I got the same warmer that my sister stole from me. I got my favorite smells. Got it home. She shipped it to me. And I thought, you know what? This has been going for a week. If I were doing my candles, I burned them, literally burned them down in about 3 days. And then I was going to Ross or TJ Maxx or Marshall's to get more candles because Yankee at the mall was too expensive for me. And I needed to get them as cheap as I could. So I thought, this Scentsy lasted me a week. And I still have pieces left in this bar, you know, the 8. And so I thought, I'm going to join this thing. And I thought, well, no, I'm going to get some free and half price. So I called my friend who referred me to the girl who was her consultant, and I said, I just want to do a catalog party. I've got kids, I work, I don't want to clean, I don't want to entertain, but I want it free and half price. And so the lady, she didn't give me a catalog. She did not give me testers. She gave me her website only, and here I go. I created a Facebook event, and I invited the lady that I had said I don't want to go. She was okay. She actually ended up ordering for me because she worked with me. So I really didn't push it. I didn't have a lot to push. And I got to a qualifying party. I knew I had gotten my free and half price. And I called the lady and I said, well, I'm done. I don't have any more orders that I can get. And she said, okay, we're going to give you your free and half price. And your total is $23.11. And I was like, oh my gosh, can I give you a credit card like right now? Like I couldn't believe that I paid $23 for that much product. And she said, oh yeah, we'll do that. Well, granted, she was an hour away. When my party came in, I had to tell my husband. So I told Sean, I said, I did this online party thing with this girl, but I don't know her. And she sells Scentsy, and I'm getting a whole bunch of stuff, and I only paid $23. And I'm supposed to meet her at the Target parking lot up on the freeway, and I think this is all legit, but would you ride with me? And he was like, Christina, what are you doing? And I said, no, I think she's a real person. She told me what she's driving and everything. So we drove up there, and as he's driving, I'm looking at the catalog, and I've looked to the back, and back then your kit was only a warmer and a bar. I don't even think you got a buddy. You got the mini testers and the part testers and the catalog. And I said, you know what? I'm going to join. He said, no, you're not. And I said, no, I'm not selling it. I just want the kit. I said, look, you get 80 party testers. I saw them at my friend's house. I said, I'm going to scoop the wax out of every one and put it in my warmer. And I change it every week. I said, I'm good for 2 years. I'm going to save us so much money in candles. He was like, no, Christina, no. So we ended up driving up and got in the parking lot, and sure enough, she was real. She had my orders, and so at that point I knew, okay, this is good stuff. So I left him in the car, and I got out, and she gave me all my stuff, and it was all bagged, and it had ribbon on it, and I felt so special because she did that. But I said, hey, you know, what's it cost to join this place? And she said, oh, it's $99. And I was like, okay, because I saw that in the book. And I said, well, what all do you get? And she told me everything. So she was just confirming what I already knew. And I said, okay, well, I'm not going to sell, but I want the kit. So do you want my catalogs? And her eyes just, like, got really big. And I said, am I going to get in trouble for that? Is that, like, against the rules? And she said, oh, no, she explained to me, you just have to sell 150 every 3 months. I said, I spend $50 a month right now. I'll just add it together and I'm good. And she said, yeah, you can certainly do that. So by the time she left me and drove home an hour away, I had already logged on, went to her website, and I just signed up because I wanted that kit. I knew that warmer was going in my kitchen. I knew that bar was going to last me X amount of weeks. And I knew those party testers were going to last me 2 years. And my house was going to smell good. And so that was my plan. I kid you not. Then, this was November 10th when I joined, I had a friend of mine who sold Premier Designs jewelry. She found out that I sold Scentsy. So, of course, I was doing my launch. And my launch, you guys, was just online. I did another Facebook party. I should have done a home party, like a launch. I'm kicking myself for not doing that. But she said, oh my gosh, I can sell jewelry. I know all this host stuff. I'm going to join under you too. And I said, you're going to join under me? Like, I don't even know. Yeah, let's do this. This is going to be fun. And so I got my first recruit that same month. And then I had a friend, great friend. She said, Christina, Christmas is coming up in December. I need you to come over, and I want to host a Scentsy party because all the free and half price is my Christmas present. And I was like, I've never been to a Scentsy party. I'm not sure what to do. But anyway, she said, oh, just bring all your stuff over. So I did. I set it up. I brought my kit. You guys, I know I did not tell those ladies my name. I don't even know what I told them. But you know what? She had 20 people come. She had a $1,000 party. And I booked another lady who then had another $1,000 party in January. But when that happened, I got home and I thought, I was there for 2 hours. They gave me wine. They fed me food. And I'm friends with these ladies. They were adding me on Facebook. They had such a blast. And she got she got everything that she wanted and even more. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's $250. Divide that by 2 because I was there for 2 hours. I said, that's doctor and attorney pay. This is awesome. I'm liking this. So I had my second party. We started growing my team. Not really wanting to because I can tell you in February, you guys all know that there's Spring Sprint. And Spring Sprint is, you know, the mini convention, and it's purple and bling and green and boas and everybody's crazy in hats and stuff. Well, I go there with my one team member. We didn't know what to expect. We're watching this stuff like, what are y'all doing? It's on their nails, it's in their clothes, and it's all over. And I remember Joel Curtis, he was actually at this one. It was in the Woodlands in Houston. And he said, okay, everybody, we're going to pull out our manuals, and I want you to write down 5 goals. And we just looked at each other like, what are we going to put? I said, okay, I'm going to clean my office. And I could probably go get my book and read them. I want to have a $2,000 PRV month. I was like, okay. Well, I'm going to try to book another party this month. Maybe I'm going to get another team member. And I was like, I want to be director. And like by December, that was the last one. Had no clue. I was just throwing it out there. That was in February. I wanted my goal to be director in December. You guys, I hit director the next month in March. 4 months in. I had no clue that was going to happen. My team was just growing and growing. They were watching what I was doing, and then they were doing it too. The brand new catalog was so powerful. The items and the products and the bars were so amazing, and none of my team members actually knew. I had a little Facebook page for my team, but we didn't have these groups back then, so there was no, oh, hey, let's shout out Christina. She's only, say, $1,000 away from promoting. None of that. But I went to bed that night not knowing if I'd made it. Woke up the next day, and I had to wait until about 10 or 11. That's when the workstation didn't update so fast. And I made it by $10,007. And I was shocked. And that makes me emotional. But I did it, and for everyone else that's done it too, be proud of that and know that you can do it. Excuse me, I didn't know I was going to get like that.
It's okay.
Anyway, so I did it with, I'm not going to say no help, but no pushing. No, it happened because it was supposed to happen. It was, you know, I don't know how you would call it, but it happened when it was supposed to. And I wasn't begging for it. I wasn't saying, oh my God, please order from me. My team just killed it, and it happened. So I'm going to show you guys something that I've taught at Spring Sprint that really helped me when I first got started. And I should share more often, but it's only when I'm speaking that I share this. We have gotten, let's see, annual mentor every year. So we've just had our 5th one since joining. And we've had annual sales 4 years in a row. And I want to tell y'all what I do to get it. So I have a piece of paper here, and I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it, but this is 1 month, and I'm going to explain what this is. But on the piece of paper, basically, 1 month. And I started off, and this is February recruits. And February, as you all know, is a bonus kit month. And so I was pushing that as much as I could. So what I did was, if I talked about Scentsy on my Facebook page or anywhere, I would think, who can benefit from having some extra money? Is there a mom that wants to put her kids in ballet or soccer? Is there someone that works but hates it and wants to do this with me? Did somebody hit the like button? Did they comment on it? Maybe they're interested. So what I did was I made a list of those people who I thought, I want them to be in Scentsy with me. This is going to be fun. These are my coworkers. These are my friends. These are my online mommy buddies. These are people I went to school with. Anybody that I could possibly think of. So for February, these are real numbers. This is from, I think, 2010. No, 2011, because I joined in 10. I have Michelle Gregory, Leanne Spell. She's the one that introduced me to Scentsy, and I'm so thankful for her. Kelly Lomer in Canada, Sabrina Newman in Georgia, Tony Giles in Virginia, Beth in Texas, Lisa in Missouri, Stephanie in Michigan, Charlotte in South Carolina, Tiffany in Texas, Karen Shriver. You all know Karen Shriver.
Yeah.
Susan Burns. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 people were on my list in February that I thought this bonus kit month can help them. The ones that have a line through them are the ones that joined. There were 8. And so what happened is the ones that didn't join, they got carried over to March. So there's Tammy, Karen Shriver, Sabrina, Sabrina ended up joining. Leanne hasn't joined yet. Kendi, Cindy, Ann, Katie, Alicia, Sam, Kendra, all of these names. I kept it full on purpose so that if someone told me no, I had someone else to go to. And you can see this is March. I had 5 out of the ones that were on here. And I kept this going. April. Here goes April. Jessica Clough, some of y'all know Jessica. Karen's still there. I didn't forget about her. I never took her off my list. Leanne, Cindy, Ann, Samantha Fryer, she was on last month. She joined. Kelly Hine, Kendra, all of these names, and you can see that they have joined us. April was 6th. Karen finally joined in May. She's one of our star directors. She's a NICU nurse. She's amazing. And she has now built her team. But what I did was I kept this list. So There's 2 months, 4 months, 6 months, 8 months. There's tons on here. So if I were you right now in September, put your list together, list all the people that like your posts, that comment on your posts, they bought Scentsy from you. It can benefit their lives in some way, financially or just a blessing, and other ways of earning trips or giving back to their community. And I didn't take those people off that list until they joined, or they told me to shut up and go away. And I actually did it for about a year. I went to January of 12, so I did it for 13 months. And there's my January list. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. But that's when I stopped doing it. But what I would do is whenever they would join, is I would write down their website, their phone number, when they joined, and I would send them a packet. And so I wrote it down for the welcome packet with either a gift for me or something, so that I didn't forget when they joined and when they had that packet sent to them. So I kind of helped them, get their business going, or showed them that I really appreciated them joining our team. So that right there is, I'm going to attribute a lot of success to this list here, because it kept me in check. It kept me with fresh names. It kept me motivated, like, wow, oh my gosh, I did 6. Then I wanted to do 7 the next month, and if I did 3, I was, but any of those numbers are still good. If you even recruit 1 per month, you're doing awesome. Oops, let's have something on the computer. So another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about for how I lead into recruiting is from the initial sale and a home party. So a lot of times someone will find out about Scentsy and they'll want to order from you, and then when they get it, they're going to come back for more because it's just so awesome. And at that time, I will tell someone the second time that they're ordering from me, I'll say, you know what, Ann, you've already bought $30 worth, and now you're wanting to do the plug-in special. That's another $60 worth. You've already spent $90 to sometimes $120 with us. Did you know that it's only $99 or $119 in Canada to join Scentsy? And if I didn't tell them that, somebody else will. Someone is going to share the opportunity with them. So it might as well be me. Instead of just taking their money again and thanking them for buying something that they now love, I tell them, join my team and make money off of yourself. You can be a kidnapper like I was, and the blessings can come after that. The extra income, the trips are great. And so if they say no, then it's fine. Let me go ahead and get your order form. I'll get you totaled up here, and when your order comes in, I'll get it to you, and I'm so thankful for you letting me be your consultant. And so I do that with every single returning customer I at least offer. The next thing I do is at the parties with the host. And I know it's hard to do because you're giving away your sales, you're giving away trip points, you're giving away sometimes meeting your numbers. But what you can gain in the long run, to me, it trumps all of that. So what I do is I'll give you an example of one of my hosts. Her name was Christina, same with me. She was in a mommy group of mine. She lived in Missouri. At the time she was going to school, she had a daughter who was about 4, and she worked in a dentist's office. So I sent her a basket party, and we communicated back and forth, and she did awesome. She had a $400 party, and when it was time to close, I said, hey, Christina, I said, you did amazing. You did 400 in orders. That's so awesome, and I can't wait for your guests to have all of this. They're going to love it. I said, you know what? If you even remotely thought about selling Scentsy, if you were to join, I would give you these 400 in orders. We'll put them under your account, and you're going to earn the commission. You're going to have the returning customers. You're going to be $100 away from Shooting Star, which is an award with Scentsy, And then you're only 600 away from certifying to making certified and getting extra 5% pay. And if not, I actually didn't even say that part. I just said, do you want me to do this for you? And she said, you know what? Her little one is I think she had just was in some school or a ballet, or she was in something, but she said, I'm busy with it. I'm busy with my classes. I'm busy with work. And I said, that's okay. It's no problem. Let me go ahead and get you totaled up. Here's your free and half price. I gave her a gift for me, and it was no pressure. But the bottom line was I offered it to her, because if she had a party for someone else and they offered, then she might think, why didn't Christina offer that to me and you are? It might make me look bad. So fast forward about a week later, her order came. She passed it out and gave it to everybody. And what happens? They came back to her and said, oh my gosh, I need some more Scentsy. Where do I go? And she's like, oh yeah, Christina. And she was going to say Texas, but she said, no, I want y'all to order for me. She called me up and she said, Christina, I totally should have listened to you. And when you said to join, she said, but that's okay. I'm joining today, and all these people want more Scentsy, and can you help me get going? I said, absolutely. So she's still in our team, and she's a leader now. And so Scentsy has helped her, and I think she's on about 4.5 years now. She was on one of these lists here. There she is, Christina Coolers. So the bottom line is if I'm offering it to a return customer to join, or if I'm offering it to a host to join, if I were to put my hosts on here, I would have a lot more names, but I never did that. These are just friends that I thought could benefit from joining Scentsy. So what happens is, if I did that to them and they could see Christina just offered me this, or she gave me this party, I can do the same thing. So then your team members, when they join, they are doing the same thing to their hosts, and they're flipping as well, because each person knows 150 to 400 people that they know that you will never come in contact with without them. And when they reach out to their contacts, then it just builds from there. So those are some of the things that I do from when I first started, was watching people in the like button, and those names went on here. If they commented, sometimes they would PM me, sometimes they would text me. And from the time that I got my kit, I opened it up, laid it on the table, took a picture of it, I put it on Facebook, and I said, woohoo, look what's in, you guys, it's my Scentsy starter kit, I'm so excited. And they're like, what is Scentsy? No one knew what it was, but they saw that I was excited about it. So everyone that asked, then that was my way of introducing it to them. I was posting if I won awards. If I got something in the mail from Scentsy or something from my sponsor, I was taking a picture, putting it on Facebook, showing the excitement, and people, after a while, the texts got bigger, the PMs got the increase, because they were asking, what is this Scentsy thing you're doing, and you're having so much fun with it? Then the trips started coming. I would post pictures of those, or I would just post how Scentsy is blessing my life, or how I'm thankful for it. I never will say, I'm closing an order, buy from me, it's the end of month, I need to meet a quota. I just do it in a roundabout way, where I'm sharing Scentsy, and I want them to pick up on it as well. So those are most of the big ways that I would say getting people to join our team. Another way is always, and you know, I didn't do this for about 18 months. I was having parties, home parties, and I would get into someone's house, I would do the home party, I would give like a scent circle away just as an icebreaker, and I was never asking that question of would you book a party? Never. Thank goodness I still had parties to keep me going, or basket parties. But then light bulb went off, hello, and I knew if I'm going to go into someone's home, then I need to do a booking game so that I can walk away with sales and more bookings. So what I did was I took the dice game, and I didn't like the gambling aspect of it, because sometimes my guests can be older ladies, and I'm not sure how they would feel about rolling dice and gambling and all that. So I made it into the mini purse booking game, and I did it one party for a friend of a friend who was having triplets, and she needed to hurry and have her party ASAP because the babies were coming. And that was the first place that I did my mini purse booking game. Those ladies went ballistic. I think one of them jumped over a coffee table and knocked someone else over because she wanted the hot pink striped one. And I was like, they're little purses, y'all. But I booked 3 parties from that lady's house. This was in July. And then what I did was, when I went to the next party, and this is a piece of paper that I have. This is from, I don't have the year, but this has got to be 2011 or 2012. Every person that booked at that second party, Ann booked, Kristen booked, Belinda booked, and Lacey booked. Out of those 4 ladies, 2 of them joined the team. And what I would do was I brought my calendar. I booked them on the calendar that night in pencil, and then I followed up with them, and I sent every one of them a basket party so that they got pre-sales before the home party even happened. And then we had the home party, and when I had their party, they would give me back that basket party. I would bring the supplies needed to refill it. And so the next people that booked, they also took home a basket party, and they were, I mean, they just started off with a bang. They had I put their party on the website in seconds. They went home with all the smells and started sharing it right away. It got them pre-sales so that they had an even better party. And then what I do is, if they have a 200 party, they get a free plug-in. And if they have a 400 or more party, they get a free $30 warmer. And then I use the perpetual party reward to purchase those. So from keeping them on this list, it kept me engaged with them, getting them their baskets so that they wouldn't cancel on me. And then keeping this list here shows which ones actually joined off of that as well. So if they learn that I did that, then maybe they'll do the same booking game. They might offer the same free plug-in and free warmer because everyone does what they can afford. And so what I do, I think my team does as well. And when they see someone do it successfully, then they want to do it as well. But I would say about a year into our Scentsy journey, at the time I was star director. And when my Scentsy pay matched my full-time pay, because I did get a job that next February, I told my husband, I want you to quit your job and I want you to work Scentsy with me. And he was like, my guy friends are going to make fun of me, this candle stuff. But he worked for Office Furniture, cubicles, it's all heavy. He was taking care of customers. He would come home angry every night and shop talk, and I'm like, hey, I got another team member, and it's another party, and he's wanting to tell me about how his day was bad. So I said, I want you to do that with me, and I'll give you my Scentsy pay. I still work as well, and to this day. Let's see, February will be 5 years with the company that I'm with, and then November will be 5 years with Scentsy. So the reason why I mentioned my husband is because he looks at the business a little bit differently than I do. I'm more, oh, it's rainbows and roses and haha, everything's nice. And he's, no, do not spend your half price on a bulb, Christina. You need to get a 6-pack of bars, or you need to get a combo or a system. And he places orders now. But I wouldn't have thought about that, but 2 heads are always better than 1. He does recruiting. He has probably recruited 3 of the ladies at the post office. He will do events by himself. He won't do a home party, but he will load everything up, and he'll take me there. When I'm at work, he'll bag, he'll label. He has his own set of customers. He has customers that will text him late at night and say, I have a Scentsy emergency. I need 6-pack of bars. Can you meet me at Walgreens? And some people might think, okay, your husband just met Jessica at the corner Walgreens. That's kind of weird, but that's just how we do it. So he has his customers, he has his team members, but we work as a team. And so now what we do, everything is always together. If he hadn't taken the kids tonight so that I could do this call, I would have him on here so that he could speak as well. But he is just as important to the business as I am. And that's Sean. But so that's pretty much the way that I started out with Scentsy, being that kidnapper. That was my why. But fast forward 4 years and 9 months later, that is no longer my why. You know, some of those things are, we don't live paycheck to paycheck. We give back to our community every year. We spend more time together. We have more time with our children. I think I've gotten more awards and recognition from Scentsy in 4.5 years than I have in my entire working career. I get to see our team members succeed, and they get the same blessings. And that's the why now. That was completely different from before. But there's nothing wrong with being a kidnapper at all, because that reason could fulfill someone's just a hobby. And maybe it could turn into part-time or even full-time. So for me, it turned into full-time for us. And I'm so glad, because I think I have more Scentsy friends now than I have real friends, because I get to see them on trips and at events and leadership, or I know their kids, I know them, I know their family members. So it really is family to us, and so that's is the part that I really like. If I could give any, not a suggestion, but or a recommendation, my advice would be to never, ever compare yourself to someone else. Don't ever let someone else's success hinder or hold yours back, because you are completely different than them. Some go slow and some go fast. Some grow big, some grow wide. Everything happens for a reason and when the time is right. And so if you're stuck watching someone else do good, you're not taking care of your own business, because you were wondering how someone else is watering their garden and you left yours dry. So for me, not nose to the grindstone when we first joined, but we didn't look around. We didn't look behind us. We didn't look at what's everybody doing. It was, this is what we're doing, and we're having a blast, and our team's having a blast, and we're just so busy, and we're succeeding, and they're succeeding. We had no time to turn those blinders off. What's she doing over there? And so I know I told myself that when I joined, that if I ever had anyone join my team, that I would give them everything that I possibly could to help them succeed, from tips to tools to flyers to trainings or anything, a phone call that they would need. And so that's one reason why I'm really big on sharing, and I always say sharing is caring, because I'm not your competition. You're not my competition. I could give you my best idea, and you could run with it, and you won't run me over, because I don't know your contacts, and I'm going to say 99.99% of the time will never cross paths. Never. We've got probably 3 team members in our neighborhood, and they're a couple streets over, but I don't know who they went to school with. I don't know who they work with. We don't hang out with the same friends. Their circle is completely different from ours, so there's never any competition there. So I'm going to say that was probably one of our main success factors, was we didn't look around. We weren't on these group pages that they have now. They didn't have them before. You guys, when I joined Scentsy, some of you guys that were around in 2010 might know, we had the Scentsy Success store, and that was it. That was a Facebook, like a group. It's no longer. I think they shut it down. But that was where I found out. I joined in November, had that one master party in December, and then in January I found that Scentsy Success group, and I saw people talking about basket parties. And I was like, what's this basket party thing that everyone's talking about? How do you do those? You guys, I literally thought you could only have one party a month as a consultant. My launch was in November. My friend had her awesome party in December. I booked her friend in January, and that's when I thought, what are these little totes people are carrying around? What are those little small testers? Where do you get those from? And that was the Scentsy Family store. I was like, are you kidding me? So leading into February, I probably bought 6 mini tester sets. I got me those totes. I was sending them out to everybody that would take them and show them in their office or at the hair salon or at the hospital, wherever I knew people communicated with lots of people in one day. And so I know that's why we promoted in March, because at 11 o'clock in the morning, we were at 5,000 team wholesale volume. And my husband said, you can make director this month. I was like, no, honey, you forgot. There's another 5,000 that we need. We're halfway there. He goes, no, how many parties do you have open right now? I said, 8. He said, well, can you close them today? And I said, well, I don't think so, because they're not ready to pick their free and half price. He goes, that's fine. Tell me where they're at. Ask them to stop where they're at right now. Open up another party tomorrow. Give them the difference from the free and half price. Let them keep going. He literally drove around all over Houston at office buildings, picking up basket parties, bringing me orders. As he was bringing them home, I was keying them in, and we went to about, I would say 10 o'clock at night, because I think I thought it shut down at midnight our time, but it wasn't until 2 our time. But I literally keyed in 8 basket parties. My own personal PRV was 4,500 that month, and then the rest of my team did the rest of it. And so we just crossed our fingers and we prayed and we just went to bed that night hoping that it was going to work, and it did. So that's another thing that we do. And I mean, right now I've probably got 4 basket parties out. We still never shut up. Keep talking about the scents. Keep talking about the warmers. Keep talking about, even if it's sold out, but I've got something else for you. Thank you for your order. I appreciate you as letting me be your consultant. We utilize the workstation and our contacts. We send Mad Mimis out. We do mail outs. We do tons and tons of stuff so that we want our customers, when they think Scentsy, we want them to think Sean and Christina. So, and we wake up every day as if we were an essential consultant, and we want to promote to certified. We're not lead, we're not star, we're not there yet. We're essential. I want the order. I want the home party. I want that event. I want that trip. And we're almost 5 years in November, so another 2 months. And we still get excited when the boxes come. We love to bag and tag and label. It's not a chore. It's an exciting time because someone gave us the order. Someone let us bring Scentsy into their home. So we're still thankful every day, but that's how we look at it, with a positive attitude. And we hope that that's contagious to a customer or to a neighbor or to a friend or someone on Facebook. You won't see me being negative on Facebook ever. Not on my personal wall and not on any groups. For me, you need 10 more positives to take away 1 negative, and that's too much time away from me that I could be working my business for something that's better for multiple people. So I'm going to say that those are probably some of the best advice or tips that I can give to anybody that's starting. Keep your lists. When you book your parties, keep your hosts happy. Try to flip. Share the opportunity. And I can tell you, another 15 months in, one thing that we weren't doing is we weren't sharing our business card or a sample. Nobody told us to. And it wasn't until Sean said, okay, this is what we're going to do. We were getting ready to go leadership, which was in Mexico with other Scentsy consultants. He said, I'm putting all the samples in here and all the business cards in my backpack. I said, why are you doing that? He goes, we're going to hand them out when we're at the airport and when we're on our trip. And I said, no, these people know us already. They're Scentsy too. We don't give them our Scentsy stuff. And he said, no, Christina, these are for people who we want to talk Scentsy to, a cashier or someone that takes our order. I was like, oh. He goes, and it's a game, and it's game on. And whoever gets the most passes out samples. And I don't remember what we won. Can't remember. But he had his hat on. He had his Scentsy shirt on. I had my Scentsy shirt on. He had the backpack that had said Scentsy on it. And you know what? We just made it fun. And now when we go to a restaurant, we'll leave our business card and a sample. Sometimes we'll do the double yay. If I'm at Target and I'm checking out and I've got stuff for a trip or stuff for a team mail out, the cashier might say, oh, that's so fun. What are you doing? Just making small talk. Oh, that's for my Scentsy business. And they might say, oh, I love Scentsy. And so that I'm not holding up the line, I will say, oh, well, if you don't already have a Scentsy consultant, here's my card. And I hand it to them. I finish checking out. And I'll say, if you ever need anything, let me know. I'm local. I'll deliver it to you for free. And I take my stuff and I go. So they can decide to either throw that card away or throw the sample away, or they can smell it, read it, check up on it, give me a call. And it didn't cost me, but just the chance of someone saying yes. And so we do that now, but we didn't do it in the very beginning. So don't shut up. Keep sharing. Keep giving. Stay positive, and great things will happen because Scentsy, they already give us these great products, great materials, great scents, and there's always something bigger and better that's coming with them. So we might be amazed with this new catalog, but I'm already thinking of, oh my gosh, spring sprint within the next spring catalog. So I hope that has helped even one person tonight, either listening or on the Google Hangout tonight, to maybe add something to your daily list of what can I do to help my business grow. Because if so, then I've made a difference.
Thank you.
So thank you guys for having me on. I don't know what time it is or if I've even ran over time, but
Nope, it was perfect. I love everything you shared. I have so many notes. I love what you did, and I also actually Jocelyn shared the link to your mini purse game on our Facebook, so that's exciting. So we're gonna share that, and I think you're right. I think we don't talk about booking a party at a party enough. I know I always try to just mention it 3 times, but always booking a game I think would be really good. I usually do the easy adding game, so you get an extra 50 points VIP if you host a party for Scentsy and me, but I feel like the booking game would be a really good idea. So you had some really amazing insight, and I just love getting reminded of the things that we need to do, like literally while you're doing the call. I have a list myself on my phone of people that I've talked to about Scentsy, and I'm messaging them all. By the way, you're on my list forever. This is what you're getting in September for 119. And if you don't want to join, why don't you just book a party? And then they book the party, and they do really good, and be like, well, let's flip this party.
There you go.
So, I love this. I loved it. Thank you so much, Christina.
You're very welcome.
Jocelyn, did you want to share anything?
Christina, do you have a picture of your car?
I can, yeah, let me think. Hold on.
You could probably share your screen too.
Well, let me go to my photos real quick.
I wrapped my car because of what I saw for what you did.
Oh.
I want to see. I want to see yours.
Oh, jeez.
Here it is. Let's see. Do you want me to Facebook it to you?
Screen share it. Do you know how to do that?
No.
Okay, well, I'm going to teach you something tonight.
All right.
So, you know, on it would be on this side. There's a green TV with an arrow.
Oh, I got it right here.
Okay, so you're going to click on that.
Okay.
And then you're going to use desktop, or if you see your picture popped up there.
No.
Okay, go desktop, and then just go find your photo. Is it on your desktop or is it on Facebook?
It's on Facebook, but I have it open.
Okay, then you should be able to just show it.
It's not working.
See mine. Christina, can you see that?
Let me go back.
1 second. Keep holding it up. Maybe back up a bit.
Check you out.
That was because of you.
Your scent lady.
Well, this is because of Sean. That was his idea, and you know, I thought when he put the deposit down, I was like, he is not kidding. He's serious about this. And
When I did that, my husband was like, "No freaking way. We're not." But we only had one car at the time. But then he bought his own truck, and I went, "Ha ha ha! There is a God. I get to drop my car."
Christina, just Facebook it to me, and I'll share it with everyone.
All right, I got it right now. It is.
Wait till you see it. It is amazing.
So when we first got it back.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Let me share this.
I almost couldn't drive off. I just thought people are staring at me.
There it is.
1 second. Check that out.
Yeah.
Now that means you're taking your Scentsy business seriously. So if someone's going to want to buy something, it's probably going to be from you.
They'll chase down my husband at parking lots. They'll follow him to the house. It's kind of crazy.
Yep.
I mean, for a guy to have ladies following him all over town, they might like that. But yeah, it was pretty awesome.
That is so cool. By the way, we're totally on time. It's only 9:24 here, so we still got 6 more minutes.
Okay.
I thought because of Jocelyn, I saw Jocelyn's car. I thought I need to wrap my vehicle, and I'm thinking like I'm probably not going to keep my car. I kind of need an SUV if I'm going to do trade shows and things like that. So, but why get an SUV where I'm probably going to get like knocked up sometime soon? So I'm probably going to have children. So I'm going to go and get a minivan probably within a year and then wrap my minivan and be the Scentsy mom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It has to grow on you. Jocelyn, was it hard for you to drive yours at first, thinking someone's staring at me? And
No, I love attention.
okay.
Bring it on.
Love it.
One car and I drove.
It's funny because Peter wouldn't drive it at first, but he had a brand new truck, so he didn't want to dirty his truck. And we have a Brittany Spaniel that loves to. He's a very hunting dog, even though we don't hunt. But anyway, he would take him in the forest, and he would get all dirty, muddy and dirty, or whatever. And he would not want to take his truck because then he'd have to put Cade back in the truck, and so he would take my car. And at first, he would wear like hoodies. And he would look at people, and at first he only drove it at nighttime. Then he changed to he would go early in the morning, so not as many people would see him. And now we go on road trips all the time. We take my car. He doesn't even think about it. He just every once in a while, like I'll be like, why is that like guy or that lady really staring at us? I totally forget about it. Doesn't even flinch me anymore.
Yeah. And they're probably taking a picture of your website or your phone number. You.
Well, the first time, I'll never forget, went to a restaurant, and we were having a team meeting, and we were making decorations because I do a lot of Santa Claus parades and stuff, so with my car, and we were coming out with the decorations, and as we were coming out of the restaurant doors, these two girls were walking in, and we were wearing like Scentsy shirts and everything, and the girl looks at me, and she goes, "Oh my gosh, who sells Scentsy?" And I was just like, "Do you guys all sell Scentsy?" And we were all like, "Yes." And she was like, "Whose car is that?" And I was like, "That'd be mine," because all the girls that were on my team that were standing there, they all were like quick draw for their cards to hand it to her. And she just turned and she goes, "Whose car is that?" And I said, "That'd be mine." She goes, "I need a Scentsy party in the worst way, and I just took a picture of your car, so I'll be calling you like tomorrow."
Yay!
So all my team members were like, "Ugh, for real?" So yeah, it's been awesome. But I have to thank you for that.
Thank you. That's awesome.
I did that about a year ago. So,
Yay.
yeah, it's been awesome.
Facebook it to me. I want to see it up close.
Okay, I will.
That's so cool.
Cool. So I don't see anybody. They didn't send me any questions. We had a bunch of viewers watching the YouTube clip, and also this is going to be recorded and shared with everyone. And we will share all our videos that we're doing with you, and feel free to share these videos with your team as well, Christina. We really appreciate you helping us, and I love this whole Scentsy thing. Like, it's really a Scentsy family, and I love that they call it the Scentsy family, because it really feels like a family, because we're not in the same immediate family,
Right.
but kind of like we're cousins and we help each other out anyways.
Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of people can relate, but like my family life was kind of like mer, and this is like better family that I've ever experienced ever. And like and like you said, I have real friends now.
And we can't wait to
love them.
them.
I love them. They're there when I need them. They hook me up hardcore. They know when I'm like stressed out or overwhelmed. They're just the best kind of people.
Tell her about your event last week.
Yeah, well, last weekend I had a Valley East Days event, and I didn't get an order in time, so that was a big lesson for me. And I remember Jocelyn talking about how she sold at one event like $6,000, and like, what? How do you sell $6,000 worth of stuff? Like, I didn't believe her, but I didn't think she'd lie. Like, why would she lie? So in my little hometown, I had an event, and there was actually another Scentsy lady there, and I found out who it was, and it's not a Scentsy ambassador. She does not follow the Scentsy rules. She's not about the Scentsy spirit. So then when I found that out, and she always has lots of stock, and she always posts her stock, and I tell her, like, you're not allowed to do that. She's like, I really don't care. And I'm like, I have a family of 50 in this town alone. I care. So anyways, I knew that I needed a ton of stock. I knew it. So I reached out to my whole family, and my whole family, I ended up with like 1,000 bars and ran out twice. But if it wasn't for my family, I would have ran out of bars and warmers after 3 hours of being in the event.
That's awesome.
So it's just the support that we have within our Scentsy family, and like these are people I barely know, but we have this wonderful connection.
Right.
And it's literally the life I've been dreaming about since I was a little girl.
Yeah. Nice.
It is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. I can't see my life without it. And you know, I came to, I think it was like a week after that event, I was like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna be the Scentsy queen for life, I guess. Like, that's just who I am. I should have a tattoo that says Scentsy, because I'm Scentsy for life.
Oh, there you go.
Fabulous.
So thank you so much. We're at 9:30, so that's the end of our call. Unless anybody has any comments or anything like that.
Thanks again for having me.
Christina, thanks again. Next week we have so I don't have my book out. I do have my book out here. I think next week we have Sarah Thomas talking about how she booked her whole or how she
built her whole business.
Built her whole business on just doing basket parties. Never even had a home party.
She's my boot camp buddy.
She's your what party?
My boot camp buddy.
Oh, Sarah Thomas. Love her.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, so next week we have her talking about how she built her whole business on basket parties. So and we're going to share all the links to all the videos with everybody. And so then in October we have the first Tuesday. Oh, who do we have here? We have Jana Holcomb going to talk about a follow-up system. Then we have Edie and Cody talking about social media and the positive mindset. We have Lindsay Bates talking about customer contact and relations. And then we have Sherry Lupton talking about recruiting again.
Yay.
So, and I have quite a few other girls that I'm not afraid to reach out and ask if they'd like to join us on this. But I'm going to share, like we just did, okay, we had Katie Farner.
Yeah.
She talked about home parties. And who else did we have? We have Shanna Rice talking about fundraising.
Yeah.
Did you get both of those links to those?
Yeah, I'll be sending it to her right now.
No, but Christina, did you get them?
I think I did.
Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure I sent them to you. So.
Oh, okay, cool.
So in the future, any of the ones that we do, we want to share with you and you to share with your team, and we're hoping just to have one big sharesies.
Yeah.
Sharing is caring.
Got it. Love it.
Gotta have it.
Love you,
Thanks,
Scentsy
guys.
sisters.
Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I love this whole Scentsy thing. It's really been a blessing. I will see you guys next Tuesday at 8:30 Eastern Time. Or are we actually doing it earlier?
No, it's still 8:30.
Okay. So 8:30 Eastern Time with Sarah Thomas. We're going to talk about bag parties and how she built her whole business on bag parties. So that's definitely a hangout you don't want to miss. Feel free to share this video with your whole team because everybody is always looking for better ways of recruiting or to sharpen their tools in the toolbox. So thank you so much, Christina. It was lovely having you. Have a great night, everybody. And I will talk to you guys later. See you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.